Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Frank Finance, where you can get your honest financial information and your questions answered. Today, I'm going to talk about my review on the American Express Platinum Delta card. Now, I got this card in the spring of 2022, and I've been using it for the last couple of months, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to talk to you guys about what this card's benefits are and how to actually properly use it. So today, we're going to talk about what the miles are or the multipliers that you get, the benefits that the card has, and then finally talk a little bit about the presentation, the customer service, and the interface at the end. Also, I am going to drop a referral link down below. If you want to sign up for it, go for it. It does give me a little bit of miles, but for you, the 90,000 mile offer is down there. So just think about it. I'll post that down below. All right, so let's talk miles. So from a miles perspective, there's a 3x, 2x, and 1x multiplier. So if you spend $1,000 and you're in a 3x bucket, you get 3,000 miles added to your Delta account. All right, so how do you get 3x multipliers? There's two ways. There's either Delta purchases or the card is paid at a hotel. So for instance, we just recently went to Vegas. Anything we charge to our room goes through that card, through the ending bill from the hotel, and we get 3x on that as well. So think about little perks that you could use this for. Now 2x multipliers are going to be for your restaurants and your supermarkets, and then your 1x multiplier is going to be on everything else. All right, let's get into the juicy details. There's a $250 annual fee sign up. This, to the best of my knowledge, is not waivable, but it does come with a 90,000 mile add to your Delta account after you spend $3,000 in the first month. Now, what does that mean? What is 90,000 miles? Well, 90,000 miles to us, when we're booking at 19 to 25,000 miles per flight, that means it's about 4 flights worth of travel. Now, those flights, that's something unique about miles, is that if you use 20,000 miles on a flight, it's actually probably equivalent to about $300 for the actual flight if you were to pay cash. So on average, we save between $50 and $100 per flight by using miles versus actually purchasing on the Delta website outright. That's the first perk, the sweet sign-on bonus. So both me and my wife got nearly $2,000 to $2,500 in savings for upcoming flights. Okay, so the next item I want to talk about is the free check bag. The free check bag typically saves you about $60 per flight because it's $30 one way to add a bag under the plane. So for a family of 4, that saves you nearly $240 per, call it, round trip. Now, if you're like, I always put the item on the plane, well, there's a perk for you for that too. So that perk is called Main Priority 1 boarding. You get on the plane early, which allows you to put your baggage in the stowaway above. And it guarantees you don't have to put it underneath the plane and wait down at the carousel to get your stuff towards the end after the flight. For us, our Las Vegas trip, this was huge because we didn't put anything under the plane. It saved us a ton of time. Next, TSA pre-check. So they actually pay for your TSA pre-check every 4 years. So if you're flying and you want a more slick approach and don't have to wait in the airport as long, this is an option for you. Again, it's one of those benefits not everyone uses, but it's something that's really nice to have. And then finally, the perk that you're probably like, hold up, there's a really, really sick perk. Yes, there is. And that perk is called the companion flight. The reason I didn't put this one first is because this is the one thing that I would say I didn't pay attention enough to and actually pissed me off, is that your companion flight is not until renewal. So when I first got the card and I'm like, $250. Hey, I can get a companion flight for that and it washes the fee of the card. Well, newsflash, you don't get it your first year. You'll get it on renewal in your second year. So technically, you're going to pay $500 in card fees until you get your companion flight. But every year after that, the $250 is going to be easily covered back through this companion flight offer. Now, every companion flight does require you to pay $80 in call it fees and taxes. So what I'm trying to say here is if you find a flight for $350 and you bring along a companion that maybe pays you back, you will always recoup the cost of this annual fee. And therefore, what I'm trying to say here is the annual fee really is just upfronting the cost on a companion flight. All right, let's talk about the final set of items, which is kind of the presentation and the interface or the app as well as customer service. So first off, presentation. When you get the card in the mail, it's first class. It's amazing. The actual box, the details, it's everything. You're getting like an Apple product in soundness. The card itself is metal. Second, when it comes to the interface and the app, super slick, super easy to use. You're trying to figure out if you got 2x, 3x, or no multipliers on your purchases. You can go check that out on your statements online. And when it comes to paying your bills, super slick. No problems there. And I would think that most companies should be at this position anyways at this point. Now, finally, the customer service. I've had to call customer service a few times, and the reason I called them was when I tried to get my card right off the bat and start spending money, I found out that, I should have copied the link that they gave me right off the bat, and I didn't. So I had to wait a couple days until they got the card to me to go make some purchases, which were fine. The other reason I called customer service was I wanted to understand about the companion flight because I couldn't book it yet. Then I found out that I can't read, and that's my problem, but it's upon renewal. And the third time I had customer service conversation, it was just quickly to understand TSA pre-check. And what I will tell you is all the conversations were very, very good to speak with them, and they're really nice people. So with all of that being said, again, credit cards are things you have to be careful with. They're things that you don't want to be racking up and holding balances on. We're getting our Amex card, and our strategy here is to basically use this card for any Delta purchases, and then the fee will cover itself through the companion flight. I will continue to use my Chase on all restaurant and other purchases because that is a 3% cash back, and it actually outperforms the Amex Delta card. So with that being said, though, if you have them all together and you're spending, call it somewhere between $10,000 $20,000 in expenditures per year, what I will tell you is it's not going to save you enough to care to have two different cards. So if you fly a lot and you want that extra perk of having the bags underneath, and you want the companion flight as well as having a sweet fancy card, maybe the Amex Delta Platinum is for you. But till next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye now.